Today, I found an empty riverbank deep in the wilderness. My goal was simple: build a shelter, hunt for food, and survive the night. But before sunset, I would end up. The first thing I needed was a good location. Walking along the stream, I noticed a quiet sandy area surrounded by bamboo and large trees. The ground was dry, flat, and only a few steps away from fresh water. It wasn't perfect yet. Small plants and loose debris covered the area. I began clearing the ground, removing unwanted vegetation, and preparing the site for a shelter. After a bit of work, the riverbank looked completely different. Now I had enough space to start building. The next challenge was finding construction material. Fortunately, a dense bamboo grove stood nearby. Bamboo is one of the most useful materials in the wilderness. It's strong, lightweight, and easy to work with. I carefully selected several straight bamboo poles and began cutting them down. Each piece would play an important role in the structure of my shelter. The work was exhausting. Carrying long bamboo poles through thick vegetation required patience and energy. But slowly the pile beside my campsite grew larger. By now I had gathered enough material. It was finally time to transform this empty riverbank into a functional survival home. I started with the frame. Strong bamboo supports were placed firmly into the ground. Piece by piece, the basic shape of the shelter began to emerge. Once the frame was secure, I added more bamboo to create walls. The structure became stronger with every pole I installed. The roof was the most important part. It needed to protect me from rain and provide shade during the hottest hours of the day. As the shelter grew larger, it started looking less like a simple camp and more like a small bamboo house beside the river. Next, I focused on something special. Instead of cooking outside, I decided to build a small fire stove inside the shelter. Using clay and soil from the riverbank, I shaped a simple stove capable of holding heat safely. Soon, the shelter had everything I needed: protection, warmth, and a place to cook. With the shelter complete, I headed into the surrounding wilderness in search of food. Not far from camp, I spotted a large wild turkey moving through the grass. After a careful pursuit, I managed to catch it. The bird was much larger than I expected and would provide an incredible meal. Back at camp, I prepared the turkey and lit the fire. Slowly rotating above the glowing coals, the bird began turning golden brown. While the turkey roasted, I prepared a simple dipping sauce using fresh ingredients. The aroma of smoke and roasted meat filled the entire campsite. By hour, the skin became crisp and beautifully colored. Every sound from the fire reminded me that dinner was almost ready. Finally, the turkey was done. Tender meat, crispy skin, and a rich smoky flavor made every bite incredibly satisfying after a long day of work. As evening settled over the riverbank, I sat beside my bamboo shelter and enjoyed the peaceful sounds of nature. With a full stomach and a newly built home, I climbed inside the shelter and prepared for a quiet night in the wilderness. Another successful day had come to an end.